Alright, so we're back. The time is 4:59. Uh, Literally not even a minute passed since my last video. If you guys are watching this or binge watching it, the deadline might be tomorrow, and I can feel you guys because this thing, my friend, their project is due tomorrow as well. So I'm just helping out. Alright, so make sure that you've saved this. Alright, now let's go ahead and create another file. So save as. So once it's already saved, let's go ahead and make a, what do you call that? Combustion. Right? So from this part, we're going to make the combustion chamber. Actually, do we need that part? Yeah, we need that. Alright, so for the combustion chamber, I'll show you guys something. Alright, so for the combustion chamber, it's not really connected to anything. Right? It's a separate entity, sort of. It's only connected to the case. The only thing that you need for the combustion chamber is the case to make sure that it's aligned properly. But otherwise, it's all good if you just base yourself here. So we're going to go ahead and delete everything except for sketch 3. So the combustion chamber is probably the hardest, simply because there's a lot of circular patterns that you're going to do. Right, so first off, let's go ahead and create this profile. Right, first let's create this profile, and then we'll create this profile, and then this profile, and whatever. Alright, so let's get going. So first, let's go to right plane, right sketch, right? Just like what we always used to do. Select line, and let's begin. Oh, yeah, okay. Line, and this part to this part to this part, this part. Alright, so up till there. Okay, so my combustion chamber is actually open. It's a letter C. So this is not closing. Just going to yeah, all is good. Just wanted to let you guys know, because you might think that, oh, why didn't Jeff close the combustion chamber? That's weird. It's not weird. You're weird. I'm kidding. Yeah, I'm talking to myself. Alright, so let's do this. Here. Oops. Let's increase that height. And let's make that horizontal. And let's make that vertical. Okay. So now that we have this profile, this needs to be thickened, right? Because if you're going to revolve this, it won't work. So let me just show you, right? Since it's not closed off, if you're going to revolve this, Oh, hey, it worked. Oh yeah, because it's a thin feature, right? So that's exactly what we want, actually. Thin feature. Let's see how far it goes. Let's see what happens if you cut it in half. Oh, that's thick. That's really thick. We don't want it to be that thick. So, let's go ahead and make that less. So let's make that probably 1 millimeter thick. Alright, let's do 2 millimeters thick. I think 2 millimeters thickness is good. Ah, perfect. There you go. That's the exact thickness that we want. So 2 millimeters of thickness, right, is what we want. Right. So let's go ahead and start cutting this thing in half. All right. So now that we have a revolved thin feature, let's go ahead and create these things. Right. So these are, I believe these are fuel injectors or spark plugs. I don't know. Yeah. So let's hide this one first. And let's start doing, oh, and let's show the sketch. Right, so we can see where things are. Alright, so I hid the revolve feature and I've shown the sketch instead because it's easier to look at. Alright, now what we're going to do is we're going to the right plane again and start a sketch in the right plane. Let's create this profile right here that you can see. This, oops, this, to this, to this. Oh, wait. I think I recall what I did here. So let's delete that. Yeah, we're not going to do that. What we're going to do is we're going to select the line, and we're just going to cut this figure in half. Right? So as you can see, it's a symmetrical figure, right? Wherein you have this part here and you have this part. We're not going to mirror that. Instead, we're going to revolve it along this axis. Right? So let's just make sure that it's half. Let's start making it this way to here. And there you go. So it roughly needs to look something like this, right? Let's go ahead and hide sketch 3 so you guys can see. Right, so this is the new sketch that I just did. It needs to look something like this. Show sketch 3. And then what we're going to do is we're going to select sketch 7, and we're going to revolve boss base and choose the axis of revolution as this line. Alright, again, it's not revolving because we did not close the line, or we did not close the sketch. So we need to, again, close this part, right? And I think it might work now. I wonder why. Ah, there you go. Alright, so what I did here is that I went to the selected contours. I made sure that this part is closed so that when I highlight it, you can see the orange part. It's seeing that as a whole contour. Select that, and then the axis of revolution is this line there. Click OK, and there you go. This is now our fuel injector, sort of. Right? And now what we're going to do is we're going to the right plane again, and we're going to sketch on the right plane. again. Right, so we're going to sketch on the right plane again. Select line, and let's go ahead and create this profile. Right, and alright, so once I'm done with this profile, I'm just gonna make a cone shape out of this. Alright, I'm gonna extend it a little bit further. Revolve boss base. Selected contours is this whole thing, and then the axis of revolution is this line. Click OK, and voila, we now have our. Alright, I don't think that looks good. Let's go ahead and delete this. Right. And let's do that. And instead of closing it directly, I'm making a sort of line there. And now what we can do is we can exit sketch, and there you go. Now it's much more thicker and it looks better, right? Yeah, this looks thicker. This is better. Okay, so now let's go ahead and create this part right here. As you've noticed, I did not uncheck the merge result. Right, so all of these are merged. So this and this are merged, I believe. Right, and now let's select the right plane again and start sketching the right plane. So let's make this. Oh yeah, I keep forgetting. This is useless. This part is what's needed, actually. This part. Oops. Let's make this horizontal. Huh. Ha 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 ha. Delete that. Extend this there. Yeah, and trim these entities. Alright, so I think this is good. So let me just hide sketch 3. And there you go. Your profile needs to look something like this. Right, and now we're going to revolve it along this axis. Right, so sketch 19, hold control, and revolve boss base. Right, axis of revolution is this line. Alright, how do I? Again, my problem is that I did not close the entity or the sketch. Let's go ahead and close this. And So the contours, can select this, and the axis of revolution is this one. Click OK, and there you go. Now we have our fuel injector right there. Whew. Alright, so that's three revolves in total. Right, now let's show our final revolve. Okay. Our first revolve. Okay, so how am I gonna do this? Now just open up my file. Open file. Since I'm not really archive panels. I'm not really familiar with what I did since this was such a long time ago. Engine. Combustion chamber. Oh no. Okay. I guess I could just open my pictures instead. Right, I could just copy this instead. Alright, so this is my combustion chamber. Right, so this is my combustion chamber. Now I have 1, 2, 3, some pretty 1, 2, 3. Alright, some pretty big holes on the 1, 2, 3 on this area right here. So what we're going to do is we're going to select the front plane, top plane, right? Select sketch, okay, and we are going to make a circle there, right? And then we're also going to make small circles here. And then tiny circles in this area. This area. Right, so now that we have that, we can go ahead and extrude cut. Okay, so it's pointing downwards, we want it to point upwards. Right. And now we have an extruded cut. Let's show our sketch number 3 and let's rotate this, right? So let's create a circular pattern. Okay, so for cuts, we can't use bodies because these are technically not bodies. These are features, actual features, right? And then now we could just select the direction of the cut as this one. Alright. So 50 is a bit too much, so let's make it 40 instead. And click OK. And voila, we now have the circles or the punch holes, right? Next thing what we're going to do is we're going to select this. We're going to select these revolved boss bays, and we are going to revolve a circular pattern, right? So features and faces, nah. So these are bodies, right? So just select bodies, select this entire thing. Oh, it recognizes this as an entire body. But that's okay. The direction will be this point right here. Okay, so that's too much. Let's try and decrease that to 20. Right? Click OK. And there you go. This is our combustion chamber. Hide the sketch here. And voila! This is our combustion chamber. Right there. Alright, so let me just do the nozzle real quick. So let's save this first. Alright, I already saved it. Now I'm going to create another part. And let's name this exhaust. Exhaust. Right? So we're done with the combustion chamber. Now let's do the exhaust. First off, let's delete everything since the exhaust is a separate part all the way over here, and it's quite easy. It's simply just a cone. How many minutes am I speaking? It's already 21 minutes. Alright. And delete this. Alright, so now let's do the exhaust. Okay, so the exhaust is pretty simple. Let's go to right plane and let's create this profile. So sketch, first we're going to create a line, extend the line all the way here, and then here. Select spline, and just spline this all over, all the way to the very edge. Oh wait, no. Let's go to sketch. Three, and let's go back to sketch 21. Right. So apparently I made it so that this is coincident to that. Big mistake, but that's alright. I mean, I'm just moving it around. Alright. So now that we have our profile there, we can just revolve this. But let's go ahead and go a step further by adding these fins, or these sort of the exhaust part, right? So let's create that. We can just do this. Right. Let's put that in the middle. All right, and then from there we are going to offset entities, right? Offset it by 10 millimeters. Now let's make it 5. Okay, click OK, and let's move this up here for just a little bit, and let's close it. Alright. So for beginners, what they usually do is that they usually strictly follow along the lines. But since I'm pretty lazy, I just did that offset thing since it's pretty useful. And now let's close this like we normally do. Click escape, and then features, revolve loft base. Select the axis of revolution as this line. Right, click OK. And now we have our thing. Although I'm missing something. Right, yeah. I'm still not yet satisfied since this does not look that good. Alright, so this is what we're going to do. We're going to create another sketch on the right plane. Okay, we're going to create another sketch on the right plane. Select this part, right? Select this part and convert entities. Alright, and then what we're going to do is we're going to select all of that, and we are going to delete the relations so that it turns blue. Click OK, and then exit sketch. Let's go back to the previous sketch, and then we can delete this. Let's delete that. Oops. Yeah, let's delete that. Alright, so now what we're left with is just the cone. And now we have another sketch here. I basically just transferred the fins, or whatever you want to call this, to another sketch. Right. Now what we're going to do is we're going to revolve boss base. We're going to click two directions. Let's make this 20 degrees on the other side, and 20 degrees on the other side. Right, and the axis of revolution will be the same line. Right, so now I think that looks good. Yeah, that looks decent. Click OK, and now we have that area there. Now what we're going to do is we're going to simply create a draft. Oh no, not a draft. What we're going to do is we're going to what are we going to do? Fillet. Oh, chamfer. Yeah, alright. So what we're going to do is we're going to chamfer this thing. Item to chamfer. This one. Oh no. We're going to select this edge. Okay, and we're going to select this edge. Okay, so we selected both edges. And now let's go ahead and increase this to almost 90 degrees. Oops, 75. Oh, no. Oh, there we go. So that's 75 degrees. Let's make this 50. Let's make it 90. Let's make it 60 instead. 70. 80. Okay, so this might differ for you guys, okay? This, oh, no. What's going on? 80. 85. Make this. Okay, what the hell? Oh. Yeah, increase this by just a little bit. No. Let's make this 88. Oh, no. That's bad. Let's increase this to 7, maybe. Fuck it. I think 88 would do. Click OK. Just as long as you have some sort of cut where it narrows down. Now what you can do is you can select circular patterns. Again, don't click the features and faces. Instead, select bodies, select this part, and then the direction, select the line that we just made, make sure that it won't overlap. Right, so make sure that it's not too far apart and it's not overlapping as well. So my sweet spot is number 9, wherein the bases are overlapping, but towards the edge it's apart. So click OK, and now you've got these beautiful sort of fins, right? Okay, now we can hide sketch number 3, and let's hide sketch number 21, and therefore we have this. We finally have the nozzle. So the nozzle is pretty easy, like what I said, right? It's yeah. So this is the exhaust or nozzle. Click save, and there you go. I hope you guys learned something for the next video. So I know I've told you guys that this would be the last video. I lied. There's still going to be a last video wherein I'm going to show you guys how I assembled everything. Alright? So I'll see you guys in the next one, and cheers. Bye.